Oh, Wesley, hi, how are you? Are you feeling better today? Hi guys, how are you? I'm sorry. No, I will not. Sorry I came in late. I hope everyone's good. So, I did really just want to go in and see how the market actually is gonna end today. We're having around a little less than 3 hours left of this week. Oh, how are you? Hey, hello, Jose. I think you say your name like that. I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys? Oh yeah, all stepped out. Yeah, well, you know. Well, we did go through it yesterday, so it was pretty clear, you know. But just try to see what you can do different this week. I mean, this is a very good thing for you to do, Wesley. You see what you did wrong. And then you just learn from that. Don't be angry at yourself. Just continue doing what you're supposed to do. This is a process that you're going through, and I go through, and everyone else go through. So it's okay. It's okay. Just new week, new. I mean, it's not that much. Come on, it's better than 50%. So it's no problem. Well, what we can see on Bitcoin during this week, we did break this previous higher high that we did have. Remember, use candlestick patterns. Yeah, that's good, Wesley. From 80% to 10%, that's very good. We did have the higher high, we did have the higher low, we broke the higher high. So right now we just might create another higher high. It looks like that. Obviously it takes some time for the market when we're looking at the weekly, obviously, but during this week we've been very bullish. I mean, that's the only thing we've been having, we have practically not seen what was the first day? It was the 4th. So from the 4th of October, we just been having we've just been going to the upside. And we are still continuing. We are looking at the lower time frames on Bitcoin, and yeah, it doesn't look that good. I mean, the market just going sideways. But we are still maintaining the higher lows right now. We do have this resistance that seems to hold because the market tried to break it during the day, but we did have this huge wick to the upside. I just started some shorts, but I feel like I will get just okay. Well, Wesley, try to wait. Okay, if you are seeing Ralph is here. That's very good. Thank you so much, Ralph. Thank you. Okay, Wesley. I mean, you don't have to be in short right now. Just try to, because right now it seems like you're doing the exact same thing that you did yesterday when you lost all of your money. Try to wait for the market. Try to wait for the pullback. Try to have the patience right here. Well, don't worry, just start. Sometimes it's better to just practice being patient, and that is actually the hardest part. And it's a very good thing to master. It's just to wait for the market. Even if you're seeing, even if you are seeing the market going down right now, but on the overall picture, we are in the uptrend. And when the market is actually, even if the market is going down, we don't know how much the market will go down, because you can see how volatile we have been the whole time. Everyone's doing their own thing, but I would recommend you to wait for a bit. But we can still use this if we're going to the weekly. It's very good using the higher high that we're having right here around 51,000, 52,000. And if we're taking a box like that, we can use that as a as a support to see if the market comes back down here. We want to see how the market reacts to it. So that's one option, to wait if the market comes back down. And usually when it's a new week, the market becomes very volatile in the beginning. So it does its pullback, and you just might see a little wick like this. Remember, in the beginning of the last week, the market came back down a little bit, and then we saw the continuation to the upside. So that could be the same thing right now, because we do have huge candlestick and bullish candlestick. Even if we're seeing the market coming back down on the higher time frames, that is just like a small, it's just a small wick. And it's when we're having a pullback on a volatile trend like this, it's very hard. It's easy to have your stop loss taking. So try to be patient. And I don't like to trade in the beginning when the market is closing and the start of the new week, because the market can do a lot of things, and it's a lot of people losing money in the beginning of the week. So try to have that in mind. But I do believe if there's zones that we're talking about right now, looking at Bitcoin, we do have momentum to the downside right now. But I do believe we can come back down to 52,200, because that is also the previous high that we did have on the weekly. So that could be a zone where the market get drawn to. Ralph, oh wow. Yeah, that's good. That's good that's your target. But just be patient. The market can also just break it. We can still use the Fibonacci on the daily, of taking it from the low to the high, and you can take if the market now decides to break the previous resistance a little bit, you can see this happen. So we take these one away, so it can just come back down and retest 50,500 and 51,000 around that area. So even if the market breaks the resistance, doesn't mean it have to go back so much more. Just a little quick movement to the downside, and then you see the correction to the upside. Someone wanted me to see Bitstamp. I've got some nice buy orders. Is it USD or USDT? You have to please write the whole pair that you want me to look at. USDT or USD? Okay, we're looking at USDT then. Okay, good. So we're still having the higher lows right here. but we did have some problems breaking the high right here, so we did come back down a little bit. We never broke any higher lows, but I don't like how the weekly candle, if the weekly candle will close like this, I don't like it very much. And with that I mean I don't see the market coming back up right now. I do believe we will continue at least back down to the support, to the trend line that I'm having right here. You can also use the support around 227 points. I got 2.99. You can have these two as targets to see if the market actually will come back down to that area and see how the market reacts to it. Because on the 4 hour, we can see that the market is just going down. There's no sign for the market right now to come up. So don't even think about trying to buy this market at this point. You can see that you're having huge downtrend on the 1 hour chart. And on the 4 hour, yeah, so the market, so the first target the market can come back down to is obviously 226, around that area on the previous support that we're having. And if it comes back down and retest the trend line, I took it on the daily, or did I take it on the 4 hour? Yeah, but it's still, but it looks like it's gonna break the low, the higher low right here on the daily. And yeah, exactly. So please wait for the market to come to the support first. And if you see actually that you're starting to have smaller and bearish candlestick to the support, and you start to see that you just might have two touches like this, and the second touch is above the first touch that you're having. So that could be the confirmation that you're going to the upside again. But right now, I just see that you have to wait. You can buy, I mean, if the market comes back up and retest the previous lower low that you're having on the 1 hour chart, we have already been here. You can see that you had the breakout, you had the retest, and then the continuation. Thank you so much. I love Netherlands too. So if the market comes back up again and you see the same scenario that you're seeing, you have the first touch right here. If you see the market coming up and touch it one more time, but it's touching the, it's not breaking it, you can sell the market. If you're Wesley, Wesley is putting a buy order right here, right now. Don't do what Wesley does. I can't do that. It was so funny since yesterday. So if you did it, if you don't know Wesley, yesterday when I had the live, he wanted me to look at a lot of pairs, and obviously I did that. And all of the pairs I was looking at, I told you guys that we were in a bearish market, and he had all his order as as long. Exactly. How many knives can you catch me? At this point, you should not have your hands. They should be dead right now. Okay, so looking at ADA, is it ADA USDT or USD? And I mean, you can see it, all of the pairs right now. It seems like they want to come back down because we using the trend line is a very good tool. Just to see if the market will break it and come back up and retest it. Let's see how it looks. As you know, I always take the Fibonacci. I take it from the lowest point to the highest point right now on the weekly, and we can see that we have been at the 50%. Retested it 2 times. Oh, it's USDT. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, we're starting again, but it looks the same. So taking the Fibonacci on the weekly from the low to the high. It looks like we're coming back down to the Fibonacci level again. The market is just not moving sideways. We do have these higher lows right here, but if we are looking, it looks like at this pair 2 that we're actually gonna go back down, because you did, if we want to be correct, you did have your higher low, you had your higher low right here, and the market did break it. This was the higher high. Market never had the power to break it, so we actually created a lower high. So it looks like the market will come back down more right now. So don't do Wesley, don't buy this market right now. You have to wait for the market to come back down. Even if we are seeing the market retesting the trend line like this, there's no point of you. I mean, you can do it, but to buy on a huge bearish candlestick like this, I mean, don't try to do that. Sometimes it works, but if we're just combining the higher time frames, you can see that during the day you're having a huge candlestick to the downside. I have a long open 2.1. Is it on that wick right there? I mean, it looks like, I mean, just wait and see how the market will react to the trend line. But I would recommend for you right now to see how this will end, because you have in mind that you're actually having huge bearish candlestick. Can you see what happened when you had a huge bearish candlestick like this on the daily? And you are at a resistance right now. Can you see? So the market didn't have the power. You see, you have huge wicks to the upside right here. You're having a huge bearish candlestick to the downside. So I do believe we'll come back more. But that is just looking at this huge candlestick right here. So yeah, that's what, and you can see that we are right now at the, I just want to see how it looks on the 12-hour chart. I mean, it's very messy right now. So on the 12-hour chart, it looks better because you're having your higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and we just might create a new higher low. But it can come back down and retest the support that we're having around 2.1 around your entry. I don't know where you have your stop loss. Thank you so much. I don't know where you have your stop loss. I hope you have a stop loss, but have this support in mind and this trend line. That would, I would say that. How should that chart look before we can get into longs again? Wait for another higher high. The first thing, as I told you, you can use this support right here that I was talking about if we are using the 12-hour chart. But it also looks very messy right now. Just 1 second, guys. I just want to see. I'm gonna take this one away. Stop loss 1.9. Oh yeah. So, okay, so guys, in the overall picture right now, we are just moving sideways. So, having the 12-hour right now is very good because you can see more clear on what's going on. On the 4-hour chart, it looks very messy. You have an uptrend, you have a downtrend. But if you wanna if you also want to use another support on the 12-hour chart, I would say 2.132, around that area, just see how the market looks like when it comes to that area, and then you just might see the continuation. But have in mind that when we're opening in when we are going to a new week, it can happen a lot of things. So the market can just like be very volatile and, you know, do all of these things, and then you see the continuation. So patience is key. You get paid to be patient. But these are the two levels that I think you should have in mind for now. And you're also having that combined with the Fibonacci level on the 50% level on the weekly chart. But we have 1 week, we have 2 weeks, and we will have our third week right now if the market closes like this. So it doesn't have to come back down so much. It can just continue to the upside. But using these two as levels, that is something I would recommend for you to do like now. BTC is a bit drunk right now. Yeah, super drunk. So not place orders now, but I look at the charts when those levels get hit, because that's how I get into trades most of the time. Limit orders on Fib levels. Yeah, but if you're having huge bearish candlestick against those levels, it can just be that the market actually is gonna break them. But that's why you always have to look at how the candlestick is, how they are forming against the levels. I mean, if you're starting to see rejections against them, that's very good. Have 2 rejections on them, that's confirmation that the support will hold as a support, as a new support. So the market just comes back down, retest it, and then it continues to the upside. But just wait, because I mean, come on. If I were you, Wesley, if you're thinking about buying right now, you should sell the market. Just do the opposite of what you're thinking. Because since yesterday, whoa, you know, try to do the opposite of what you're thinking. So yeah, just wait for it a little bit more. Trust me, when I start selling, you guys are buying. Oh, an uptrend, let's sell. And Kit, no, I don't use indicators. I only use Fibonacci. I only use market structure. I use basic. I don't like to confuse myself. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but that's just how I started trading. My indicator is buying and selling and see which one gets stuck. Wow. That's gambling. You should go to Las Vegas if you're not already there. Gamble away all of your money. Wesley. Okay, we can look at XRP. I think you wanted to look at XRP yesterday. And we can see why the market is... Okay, so looking at XRP right now, you can just start to question why the market is going down. So we can see that if we're going back in time, we can see that we did have a previous support right here. The market came up and wicked it one time. Market came to the previous support right here, turn it into a new resistance. We can go to the lower time frames just to see what happened. If we are seeing a clear, oh no, yeah. Looking at the 15 minutes, we can see a clear downtrend. Obviously, having huge bearish candlestick to the downside, coming down to a support that we're having on the 1 hour chart. Can see that the market just perfectly retested it, I do believe we can come back down again a little bit more, because we're having this huge candlestick to the downside. So right now what can happen, the market can actually come up again, retest it, and then you see the continuation, or if it's gonna actually break it. And if the market is breaking it, we can use the Fibonacci on the 4-hour chart. Fibonacci is very good when you use it the right way. I always take it from the previous low to the previous high. And it looks so much better, because now you don't only have the support, you also have the 50% level from the Fibonacci from the 4-hour chart. So this is definitely a zone where the market can come back down to. It can even come back down to 1.12 on the 61% level, and then we see the rejection of it. So using Fibonacci levels is very, very good, because it is a retracement tool that you are using to see where the market potentially can come to. And most of the time the market is actually retesting the 50%. If the market respects the Fibonacci, is usually the 50% it touches and then it continues. We can also do it like this. We can take it from on the daily to the high right now. Can look something like this. So I'm taking it from the 12-hour chart right now, and I'm taking it from the support to the high, and it looks like we're gonna come back down a little bit more. So, and if we're combining the 61% level, you're also looking at the previous higher high that we did have on the 12-hour chart. The higher time frame, the better. So the market could definitely come back down a little bit more. So that's the first target that you can have, because it doesn't look like the market will continue up right now, and it also looks like we are gonna break the support. Yeah. So if you're seeing the market breaking the support around 1.14, you can sell the market, and then you can see, just move stop loss to entry when you're seeing the market going down, and try to see how the market reacts to the Fibonacci level, if it's gonna hold it or if it's gonna continue to the downside. So that's what I see on XRP USD. I mean, it was someone who asked me about Ethereum. Sorry, I can't go through that right now, obviously. I don't like that. Well, it doesn't matter, but we're having if the market closes with a doji where we are right now, I'm taking let's see how it looks with the Fibonacci on the 2-hour chart. So if we are coming back down to the previous support that we did have around 3,300, and you are seeing the market actually breaking that level, use the Fibonacci on the 3,200 and 3,100 as a target if the market comes back down there. Always try to have multiple targets where you can see, because if the market breaks it, be ahead of time and see what the market actually can do. Yeah. Because right now, you know, we did have this, during the weekend, we just moved sideways. And right now, starting of the week, it seems like we're gonna come back down a little bit more. On the overall picture, we are definitely still in an uptrend, but we need to retrace. The market needs to do its pullback. So this is just normal. So this is just good for us, because you always want to buy as low as possible, right, Wesley? Someone asked me, about VET. Is it USD? Okay, so on the weekly on VET, we are still in the Fibonacci level right now, and we broke. I mean, versus not gonna crash, but I mean, it has to pull back, so it has to do its pullback. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting me. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so let's see. We do have the same scenario right here. You have the uptrend. It seems like we're gonna break the uptrend right now because we do break the trend line. It depends on how you take the trend line, though. You can see how it looks. Yeah. This could just be a fake out to the upside right here. And then you just might see the market come back down again. But we are using the previous support right here combined with the 50% level. Either it can come up again, then go back down. But when we are so close to the Fibonacci levels that on the weekly, it could definitely come back down and retest one of them, if either the 50 or 61% or just half of it. I'm gonna try to see where we can find another Fibonacci. No. It looks like we're going down, guys. We're having to pull back. This is a falling knife, guys. This is a falling knife when the market just comes down very much. But we still have to have in mind that the market is right now at the previous support. Going back in time, you can see that the market has been here before. Trying to make it easy for us, we're taking the line chart to go back in time and see that this is an area where the market has been a lot of times. So looks like we're going Oh my god, you're killing me, Wesley. Oh my god. It looks like we're going. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Having huge movement to the downside, so you don't even have to buy, you don't have to sell. Just wait for the market and see how the first hours during Monday, how it looks. Let the market just do what it's supposed to do. So if we're having the correction, if you see the market pull back, then we see the market slow down a little bit against these levels that we're having. And then see, will it retest it? Will it retest it? And then continue to the upside? Because right now we don't know. The market is just spiking down to the downside, but it's obviously retesting the support we've been having a lot of times. Oh, we can look at OGN. We have the same. We did take a Fibonacci level before, from the low to the high. Let it breathe, let it breathe. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Natalie, look at the 15 minutes on Ethereum. You think it will go down more? Okay, Wesley, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna see how it looks right now. So give me just 1 second, guys. I just need to see some things right here. Just 1 second, guys. This can sometimes take a little while, but I'm almost done. So just stay where you are. And I will tell you exactly, Wesley, what I do believe it will happen. Okay, so we're looking at the lower time frames right now. We just want to see how it looks on the higher time frames. We're taking that one away. Okay, so what the market can do right now, have this low around 34.96. If the market comes back up to that support, and you'll see the market do something like this, it would definitely continue back down. Even if you're having a wick right now, this could just be a small pullback on the 15 minutes. Use this support, Wesley, right now, and use it to see how it's gonna respect it. I do believe we will have it as a new resistance, and the target can be that the market comes back down to 3357. So that's what I believe right now, and why the market is right now retesting that area. I just want to know why. And we're going back in time, and we can see that this has been okay. So yeah, have this support in mind right now. See how it moves against that support. But I do believe we will come back down more. But you don't have to do anything right now. You don't even have. So if it holds, I will add. Oh yeah, because you are in a sell right now, Wesley. Yeah, exactly. So you can hold it if it's respecting that. Okay, looking at DIDX. Okay, we are. Well, we don't have much data on this pair. But if we are seeing the currencies right now starting to go down, yeah, okay, Wesley, yeah. Just wait and see how it reacts to the support that I showed you. Okay, so we are still maintaining the lower highs right here. You have the support around 21.5 or 6. Having this huge candlestick right now, I don't know what it's doing. I do believe we will come back down a little bit more. But if we're not, so what you should wait for to see if the market comes back down. Comes back down to 21.360, around that area, the support right here. It looks like the market's gonna come to that. Let's see how it looks on the 2 hour. Yeah, it's too volatile right now. to do anything. So you need to see if the market comes to the support and if it's gonna hold it or if it's gonna break it. Because we do have lower highs on the higher time frame. You can also, if we're taking a Fibonacci from the low to the high on the 1 hour chart, we can see that we are around the Fibonacci level. But this is just, it's just this candlestick that I don't like. Oh. It could definitely come back down a little bit, so it can just retest. It can come back up to this previous resistance that we didn't have, also a previous higher high. If you see the market coming to that area and you start to see the rejection, it will definitely come back down. Just because you're having this wick right here is not telling you that it will continue up. Usually the market actually comes back down and fill the wick that you're having. And also, if the market is closing like this in 2 hours, it will almost 100% it will continue to the downside. But you can use the support to see if we will hold it or if it will break. Let's see, what do we have? You can look at Matic. And can you see we did have this as a support before too? We've been looking at this pair and we are actually heading down. We're actually, Natalie, what's your Fib projection on 1 USDT? What's your Fib? A monthly. I mean, I can't take a Fibonacci on the monthly right now, but what I can do, I can take it on daily. And if you see the market coming back down, you'll have it around 1.18 or 1.19. When I don't have a bearish candlestick to the downside, I'm not placing a Fibonacci. I have to have a low and I have to have a high. If the market creates a high, it has to have a bearish candlestick. Otherwise, we're just continuing. So to have a Fibonacci right here on a candlestick that is just moving is not gonna give me a correct price to use. So I just have to wait. So right now it's very hard for me to tell. We can use the previous low and the previous high, but I do believe the Fibonacci will come back too low. It's too low because the market is just is way too high up right now. So something like this would make sense, but as I told you, I have to have a bearish candlestick to the downside first. We can go back to Matic. Yeah. Smart, Wesley. Or maybe this is the time when you have to be in the market. Okay, so going back to Matic, we can also see every pair right now is just going down, guys. It's just going down. So we just have to wait. The thing that we can do right now is to have these support zones or previous resistance zones to see when the pullback actually can end. So we're taking on Matic, we're taking the Fibonacci on the daily, even if it's far away. I mean, if you're having a wick like this, it can just touch it, then goes up. So it doesn't have to be that the market actually comes down. It doesn't mean that market has to come down to these levels, but It's good for you to have them, so you know if the market comes to them, you'll understand why. And you understand why you have them on the charts, because you see that the market is going down. What you are waiting for right now is to see, okay, it's going to continue down. Where's the pullback ending? And where can I buy the market? So you're having this previous support on Matic around 1.23, blah 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 blah, all millions of numbers that we're having, or you're having the Fibonacci level, and that's around 1.19 and 1.15. So this is a falling knife, guys. Never catch a knife falling. Can you please look at yeah, so we are, let's see. Okay, so we do have the support right here on the daily on 6.3. We can take the Fibonacci from the low to the high, and that is around, the high is around 8.4. But we can see that the market is actually on its way down right now to the Fibonacci level. You can also see that we did just moved sideways during the weekend, even since last week. So during a week the market has just been going sideways. We did break to the downside right now. We broke, we retested it. So I would say use 7.3 and 7 to see how the market, if the market's just gonna continue down, or if you see the retest also you're having around here. So we did have the downtrend. We did have the downtrend right here, right? You can see that. Everyone can see that. That was a downtrend. If we're breaking it down to the 4-hour chart, we're taking these away. Okay. That one also. This one too. And this one too. Too many things on the chart is not good for your eyes. Okay, so we are seeing, we did have this downtrend right here. So when the market broke the downtrend, it was when it surpassed this previous lower high. You had the lower high, you had the lower low, you had the lower high. It was still lower than the previous lower high that we're having. We came down to the support. The market respected the support, and from the support the market is starting to do its uptrend. But at this point we were still in a downtrend because we never broke the lower high until we broke it. What can happen right now is the market actually coming back down and retest the previous lower high that we're having. So always try to have in mind how the market is moving. You don't need an indicator to see how the market is moving. You are seeing it on the chart. This is what it tells you. It's just the market is writing you letters in this candlestick. It tells you, hey guys, we are in a downtrend right now. This is the language you're reading. You have the lower high, you have the lower low, lower high. You have the support, respected, broke the lower high. We did have a really boring market for a week. We're breaking it to the downside. It just might create, we didn't have the high. The market is telling you right now it's heading down to the previous lower high that we didn't have. Pullback, continuation. Really important. I know everyone trades differently, but market structure is the same way for everyone. We're looking at the same charts. Try to understand how the market is actually working. And even if you're not seeing on the daily time frames, that's why you're jumping in between all of these different time frames to see it more clear. You couldn't see on the daily that this was a previous lower high, but when you went down to the 4 hour, you could actually see that it was that. Otter. I mean, everyone does the different things. You can use RSI, you can use all of these things, but don't have that as your first confirmation. Use candle, use market structure as your first confirmation. Don't try to have too many things, because if the RSI doesn't match what the candlestick are telling you, you're gonna be confused. Market never lies. It doesn't. Sometimes it does, but that usually just a fake out. Okay, so we are looking at Zeta CX, and it's the same thing. I do believe we will come back down. I'm taking the Fibonacci on the daily from the low to the high, and you can see that we are inside of the Fibonacci level. And we just might see the continuation to the upside, but it has to break. So the market came up, so this could be a lower high, a lower low, sorry. So the market came and retested it. So you just might see the market coming back down again, and then you start to see the breakout to the upside. But if the market actually is breaking this lower high that we're having, you can buy the market, and then you just might see the continuation. So it doesn't have to come back down, because you can see even on the 4 hour, we did have a huge, we did have the wick touching the 61%. But I do believe we'll come back down a little bit more before we break it. So that's two scenarios that. Yeah, guys, so it just looks like all of the pairs is just going down. We just have to wait for a little bit more. You can see how Fibonacci right now is going down even more. No, I never use indicators. I never use them. I never do. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at the last pair right now, because it doesn't seem like we're having so much going on. And it's looking at yeah, we have been here before. Just want to see what I was thinking when I did it. Yeah, so we do have this support right here on the 4 hour chart, and you can see that we are still going down. So you can use the support around 219, see how it reacts to it. See how it looks on the 12 hour. And yeah, we can combine it with the lower higher low that we're having right here. If you see the market breaking, or if you're seeing the market closing below this support that we're having around 288, you could definitely continue to see the market going down. It definitely will fill this wick that you're having. You just might see a little retest. You have a retest against this support that we're having. But guys, it looks like everything is just going. The market is pulled back in right now, so you don't have to be don't be in panic. But one thing that you don't want to do right now is starting to buy the market. You have to have the market coming to a support or a previous resistance. You have to see the market actually respecting it. You don't want to have a huge candlestick going through it just because it comes to a resistance or a support. You have to use the candlestick and how it looks against them. And recommend let the market touch it 2 times so you actually can see that the market is respecting it. So this is what I see on all the pairs right now. Just have the patience to wait for it a little bit more. No stress. It's Monday. You have a whole week to trade, and let the market just do its thing right now. And then we are seeing where we are actually heading. I hope you learned something today, guys. We just have to wait and see. We're having the target, Wesley. We are having the targets, and when we're using them, you can see that the target from where we are right now to the support that I was talking about is not that far. So the market can just come there for a couple of hours, and then you see the continuation. But right now, we don't have a confirmation. Sometimes it's really hard speaking English all the time. Oh, thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you, Shanda123. I'm very happy about that. But just wait for it for a while. That's what I would recommend. And the one thing, a lot of people that start to trade, the first thing they do when Monday opens is lose their money, because you really want to be in the market so much. So you're trying to see what you want to see instead of just seeing what's actually going on the charts. So control your greed, guys. Control it. Have your levels. Wait for the market to come to these levels, and then you're taking the action. Okay, so please continue, have a good night. We see each other in tomorrow's video. I'm gonna do more lives during the week. I'm gonna go after Andy when he has his live stream. So I go directly after him, so you'll have him and me. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, Wesley, I don't know. Where do you think it could come down to for a TP? We just went through that. Okay, one last time just because it's you. First TP is around 3373. That's the target that I'm having. That's the first target because that's the previous support. Then you have to have in mind that we're having Fibonacci level 50% around 3219. So these are the targets. So let the market come back down a little bit more. It doesn't look like we're going up. So please, guys, don't buy the market right now. Continue, have a good night or a good day or morning wherever you are in the world. I'm going to bed right now because I'm going to be up early in the morning looking at the charts. So thank you so